What's up, everybody? It's your boy Reppin' Millions back again. I'm just here to do a little topic video with y'all. I was originally going to post this on the other channel, Rep That, but I mean, in terms of that, I'm going to go ahead and push it on here because this is my main channel, and I do want to kind of go over this with y'all. And I know the title says Call of Duty versus Battlefield 2016, and it's not a hate video. I'm not hating on either or games. I'm not trying to bash it. I'm not trying to get an uproar. I'm not trying to catch a case by anybody. I'm not trying to start anything. I'm just trying to give y'all my input and how I feel about this, because a lot of people been talking about it. Some people been blowing it up on Twitter, and I just kind of wanted to let y'all know how I feel about it and kind of like clear up some things, because I want to know I want some answers too, especially from the fans of these franchises, because I'm a huge fan of Battlefield, but I still want some feedback from the Battlefield veterans and newcomers as well. But with that done and said, let's go ahead and do this. So anyways, I'm gonna start talking about Call of Duty first. So Call of Duty 2016, nobody really knows what it's gonna be. The same thing goes for Battlefield 5. Nobody really knows what it's gonna be because they haven't really revealed that much information about it. I know there's been leaks here and there supposedly about the franchises, but the thing is, especially on Call of Duty's behalf, people are a little worried because they're scared it might be going back to the future, even further into the future, just deep down into the future, because there's been even more leaks going around. I think just recently they announced that there was a rumor that was confirmed that the game was going to be set in outer space. After the fact, y'all went and blew them up all over Twitter, showing them that y'all wanted the game to be back on the ground. Y'all wanted the game to be boots on the ground because y'all like that kind of shit, and there's nothing wrong with that. But they went ahead and just said, we're gonna make it outer space, supposedly go to outer space. Now the thing is about it, I know what's going on. Y'all getting fed up because they ain't listening. They're not listening to y'all. They're doing their own thing. But here's what's going on. Here's my opinion on why the reason things are going this way for y'all. I'm an ex-Call of Duty veteran. Yeah, I still go back and play Call of Duty. I'm not as good as I used to be into it. I'm not into clans and all that shit like I used to be. I just play it casually here and there every once in a blue moon. But I can tell you from playing it, the reason they're doing these little changes that they're adding into these games now is because y'all asked for it. I know when I was part of the community too back then, I'll just, instead of saying y'all, I'll say we asked for it. As a gaming community, we asked for it. And the reason I say we asked for it, because after Modern Warfare 2, it was just the same shit. It was just the same shit. After Call of Duty 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, after that, it was the same shit, except just different eras, and it was annoying. It got old and repetitive and annoying, and a lot of people did not agree with it, and most of y'all really felt like the game franchise was going down. So they said, hey, let's go ahead and try to do something new. So when Ghost came out, they tried to do their bullshit implementation. And I know, and don't bullshit me, because now some of y'all are saying the Call of Duty Ghost is actually good compared to the other ones, when y'all are bitching and complaining saying that it wasn't that great. And in my opinion, I thought it was okay. I still didn't think it was a shit. I thought it was okay, but I'm not gonna agree and say it was the best one, but it was okay. That's what I'm getting at. But then after that shit came out, y'all said Call of Duty Ghost is trash. Call of Duty Ghost is just shit. I don't like it. And then Call of Duty Advanced Warfare comes out. I don't like this. There's thrusting and shit. Blah blah blah. Black Ops 3 comes out. I don't like this wall running and these Destiny type abilities. Okay, then what do you really want? Because you said you want the game to be grounded now. You want to go back to grounded. Some of y'all are even saying y'all would rather have a Call of Duty Ghost 2 than rather have another super in-depth futuristic version of the game in outer space. Now, if it goes back to being grounded, just saying, if it goes back to being grounded, what do you want them to add in there? Because I really want to know that from y'all, because this is what my wish list really consists of. If they were to go back to being grounded, they need to change the perks around, and they need to change the abilities around a little bit better. And the reason I say this and what I'm talking about is, if they're gonna make this game the way they want it to, I feel like weight should be a main priority in the game. And I know the game's always consisted of it being really unrealistic, but if they want to change up things a little bit, they should make it where weight of the gun matters. So if you have a light machine gun, I feel like your character should move a little bit slower. Even if you have a perk that supposedly makes them move faster, they're still going to have a speed decrease by 1 or 2, just because the fact that they're using a heavier weapon. And if they're using a lighter weapon, they should be allowed to move faster. Now, I know it's Call of Duty, so if they want to move ridiculously fast, hey, that's okay, no problem, as long as they change that. Number 2, a thing I want to say about that. Okay, we've been having bullet penetration since Call of Duty 4, since that was the first one that really started all the stuff that we have nowadays, the perks, the kill streaks, etc., attachments, all that stuff. Now the thing is, I want to say about the penetration of the weapons and the guns when it comes down to hitting the materials in the games and objects and stuff. Okay, why can't we have better micro destruction? I mean, if I, in my opinion, if we added something like that, honest truth, I thought we were gonna have micro destruction after World at War. I thought that was gonna be implemented in Modern Warfare 2, but that's still yet to ever been placed in any of the Call of Duties. And to me, it doesn't make any sense. I do know they're going for a more unrealistic feel for the game. It's supposed to be an arcadey shooter, but why not add it where some debris can break and stuff? I mean, in my opinion, it would make the game a lot better. And the only way something big could actually happen is if like you call in your kill streak or something, and it can like blow a hole on certain types of buildings and stuff, depending on what the kill streak is that's being used at the time. But I mean, other than that, I feel like micro destruction should be a primary usage in this title, especially since you're just running around these corners and just shooting stuff. And I feel like it would actually benefit the franchise. Now I know I would be a little mad and say, okay, they're just copycatting, you know, Battlefield, but in my opinion, this would probably work for them if they did it, if they were to go back to being grounded. Because think about it, you have all these walls and shit, and then you get tired of people camping, and you know they have to make perks where it makes it easier to track campers. Why do that when you can make it where you can shoot a hole in the wall and you can see, okay, that motherfucker's right there, and you can shoot straight through that bitch and shoot the shit out of them? Cause I know y'all getting tired of all that camper bullshit, but that's just kind of like one of the two top things I could really say I wish they would kind of change in there. I'm not gonna talk about the survival modes and the campaign and all that stuff. I'm talking about multiplayer wise, and I mean there is a lot more things that could change, but those are kind of the top two things I wish they really would change. Now I'm gonna leave the rest to y'all. What would you want them to change if they can, or add to the game if it is going to go back to being grounded? Now I'm done with that one. Now on to the next one, baby. Now the next one I want to talk about is Battlefield 2016. Regardless, I know I am ranting and rambling on here, but like I said, bear with me, and I want to get feedback from y'all because we're a gaming community. We need to talk. We need to, you know, swap information. And I do talk about comment wise. I'm not talking about like give me your phone number, give me email address. I'm just saying like I want to be able to interact with y'all and let y'all interact with me. So this is the time. So on Battlefield behalf, I'm a huge Battlefield fan. I've been a Battlefield fan since it first dropped back in 2002. I'm originally a Medal of Honor fan because that's the godfather of both these titles, Battlefield and Call of Duty. But a lot of people been kind of getting a little shaken by, like I said, these titles are shaking up their fans right now. Battlefield 5 is shaking me up right now like a motherfucker, just like the next Call of Duty. Here's what's going on with Battlefield 2016. So Battlefield 2016 is supposed to be set in World War I. Plus, supposedly there's been more confirmations going to be set there. But I mean, a lot of people are kind of like, okay, why would they do that? Considering the fact they added all these new gadgets in Battlefield 4 and then what they implemented in Hardline. Now, there's a possibility for that to happen. But in my opinion, I don't think they should just make that an all-out game solely based around World War I would say maybe make it more of his like a special themed expansion pack, like they did with Battlefield 3 with Aftermath, and how they kind of did with Battlefield Bad Company 2 with the Vietnam. Now, if they do, yeah, just like that. Because I mean, if they do that, I mean, that would be a game changer. They've been doing that, and I like when they do little special expansion packs. That's what I've always liked about Battlefield. They have like the base game, and they have like the little maps they add, and then all of a sudden that last expansion changes up everything because it's actually like it feels like a different game, but it's the same game. So if they do that, I mean, that would be pretty dope. I wouldn't even care even if the next Battlefield was set in the future, like 2143 or something. That would be like what it'd be called, because that's what a lot of people really want. A lot of people really want the game to be in the future. A lot of people want the game to be in World War II. A lot of people want the game to be in World War I. A lot of people want the game to be in Vietnam. Now, I know I kept saying a lot of people want this, a lot of people want that. I mean, that's because the Battlefield community has really been asking for a lot from the company, DICE and EA, and been asking them, okay, maybe we want this to happen, maybe we want this. And the difference between the Call of Duty, between Call of Duty, or can I say Activision and EA, EA kind of listens to its consumers, but they know how to screw us over a little more. Activision does the same thing, but I mean, what I'm getting at is both of these companies have their own ways of working with their own formulas or ways of getting the consumer to buy their titles and getting them to invest into it. Now, the only thing I can say about this next Battlefield title, hopefully it won't launch broken. That's what kind of shakens me right now, because a lot of people have been saying, okay, we expect it to have this and have that, but the thing is the game going to be a solid product? Because they're starting to annualize Battlefield. Now, I noticed this a couple years ago, but at that, it was actually coming out a working title instead of it coming out broken like Battlefield 4. We can't afford to have another broken Battlefield game, and there's no telling how long they've been working on this game. They've probably been working on it since they supposedly been working on fucking Battlefront. But I want this game to come out solid. I don't want it to come out broken. I don't want it to come out and become a broken mess. And I want them to add a lot of content to this title. And of course, you know, they're going to have their little microtransactions, because that's where the money grab comes, and that's what happens. And I hope if they do the whole season pass thing, hopefully they can change it. And I say change it because if y'all notice, we got shafted hard this time around, especially with the season pass. Usually we get 4 expansion packs for $50. This time around we only got, what was that? We only got like 5, and that kind of was some bullshit. So whatever they do with this next title, they can change that a bit. And like I said, I wouldn't mind the title being in the future. I wouldn't mind the title being in World War I, as long as it's a nice battlefield and it's fun and it's fluid. I'm content with whatever we get. I'm not saying that the Call of Duty community is very picky. I just feel like y'all are getting shafted because they're not listening to y'all. See, that's the thing. That's how it works. See, that's how y'all getting shafted. Y'all keep telling them shit and they ain't listening to it. We tell our people shit and they listen to us, but they know how to shaft us on certain content and take it out the game and release it back to us as downloadable content and to get into the consumer's pocket. But I mean, with that said, I mean, I wouldn't really mind to have Battlefield like I said, in the future, because we kind of need a futuristic Battlefield, because they kind of showcased to us that that's what it was going to lead to anyways, because of how the last DLC was, Final Stand. It was in the future. They had futuristic integrations with modern times, with modern weaponry, and it kind of changed up the things. It kind of made things feel different, kind of made things have a twist to it. So I'm really hoping that they'll add something either like that. Like, it doesn't have to be full-on fledged like futuristic. It could be half and half. If they did something like that, I'd be okay with that. I'd be content with that. And then maybe in a future expansion pack, release a World War I expansion, and I'll be okay with that. I can live with that. But with that said, I'm gonna leave it at that. There's much more I can say, but I gotta go. Y'all go ahead and give me feedback in the comment section below. Let me know how y'all felt about today's topic. Do you agree? You can say you could just agree or disagree with me. And if you want, you can tell me why you agree with me or why you disagree with me. But really, what I really want y'all to do is tell me what y'all really want from these games and what y'all really expect from them. But until then, I'll catch you guys later. It's your boy Reppin' Millions. Y'all have a great day. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace and one love. And make sure to check out my other channel, Rep That, because we're going to be posting more content on there soon. And yeah, and make sure to subscribe to that one so y'all can know what's going down on there. Peace, y'all.